at the war front fighting against in the war. It is the Liberal Party's opinion that the Ukrainian refugees should get access to SFI, Svenska för invandrare. They should have a higher allowance, daily allowance for especially children, families with children. And we also need to make it a better work to make more of you come into job seekers so you can support your families back home. Dear Ukrainians, dear Swedes that are here today, I started with the second most known quote from the war, and I'd like to end with the most famous quote from the war in Ukraine. Russian warship, go fuck yourself. Slava Ukraina!
Murdering of innocent people, the slaughtering and kidnapping of Ukrainian children, killing the elderly, and the raping of Ukrainian women. There is no word strong enough to describe the barbaric and insane new axis of evil. The Russians are blowing up houses, whole cities, infrastructure, trying to wipe out and erase Ukraine from the map. But they must, and they will, fail. The Ukrainian resistance is unprecedented, and it's extraordinary. And the Western world, and more specifically the European Union, we are beholden to the Ukrainian people for standing up against the Russian murder machine that Russia now has become. But the Ukrainian people and the military forces need more support, much more and urgent support from NATO and the European Union before it's too late. We must never, ever underestimate the Russian Empire and their imperialistic, utterly sick desires. Russia's Putin, an undignified primate as he is, will forever be a rotten mass murderer in the history book. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian people has entered the great book of history as one of the bravest people on earth. Slava Ukraini!
One year ago, children were playing in the snow in Kiev, Kharkiv, Kherson and Mariupol. All these happy activities in peaceful cities came to a brutal end on the 24th when the darkness of war fell over Europe. The children have the right to play. Their parents have the right to live alive in peace and freedom. What we have seen during this year is the Russian manifestation of the worst properties of mankind, with war crimes and a brutality beyond imagination, human losses that never comes back. Also, large areas of farming land has become unusable and even mined. Air, water and soil is gravely polluted from bombed industrial plants and forest fires. Some days ago, Russian robots were close, causing a nuclear catastrophe. These threats and the threats of nuclear weapons are beyond comprehension. The emissions from nuclear disaster would strike large areas in Ukraine and reach far beyond their borders. The judgment over Putin and his allies will be very hard from the future generations. And note, the future generations are extremely numerous. In Gothenburg, we welcome the refugees. Stand with Ukraine, Gothenburg and other organizations make a big difference for many individuals. We in the Green Party stand up for the Ukrainian people's right to their independence and internationally accepted borders. The braveness and strength we have seen in the Ukrainian people is outstanding. We look forward to the beautiful day when we can welcome Ukraine into the European Union family. Long live peace, leve freden, slava Ukrainie!
Він знищає усі національні прикмети, мову, культуру, традиції та історію у цілому на користь Росії. Починаючи з 90-х, він фізично знищає своїх опонентів, а останні кілька років ці репресії вийшли на масовий випадковий характер. Тисячі людей навпрост тепер катують в тюрмах, сотні тисяч були вимушені з'їхати з країни і взяти зброю в руки. Лукашенко запустив російських орків у Білорусь, представивши тим самим пляцовку для повномасштабного вторгнення в Україну. Він зрадник Білорусі і маріонетка Путіна. Сапраўдныя беларусы, безумоўна, падтрымліваюць Украіну, воююць у складзе ЗСУ. Гэта і полка Стуся Каліновскага, беларускі добраахвотніцкі корпус, батальённы терор, Волат, Пагоня ды іншыя ваяры ў розных складах. Валанторы ва Ўкраіне ды ўсім свеце. Гэта розныя гуманітарныя арганізацыі, якія таксама дапамагаюць Украіне. Шмат беларусаў воююць з 2014 году, стояли побач з українцями на Майдані і віддали своє життя за свободу України. Наприклад, білорус Михайло Жизневський, який, на жаль, був одним з перших з Небесної Сотні. Тому я відчуваю великий сором за те, що відбувається зараз з родимою. Сапраўдныя беларусы заўжды былі супраць московітаў, знішчалі захопнікаў ды паміралі за сваю свабоду. Нашим народам не відаць волі без перамогі над підарамі і цяпер. Таму слава Україні, да жыве Беларусь!
Живе Беларусь!